Did I ever tell you how proud I was of myself for setting out to do something, for not just sitting back and watching anymore, for finding a way with little regard for the consequences to help out, to do my part, to stand alongside those suffering victims of war, for making my own statement about support, love, and loyalty, even amidst the confusion about what it all meant, for having the guts to act and not just ignore it anymore. Did I ever tell you what it meant to me, the Vietnam War? Did I ever tell you how scared I was for myself, for the decision I'd made, for the position I'd taken, for the validity of my resolve, the appropriateness of my response, the effect on my family, for my ability to be effective in the performance of my duties, for my future, my strength and stamina, and my survival, for whether the course I'd chosen was a mistake? Did I ever tell you how embarrassed and ashamed I became to think that we'd all been taken by a people who hated our presence, who took advantage of our caring, who laughed behind our backs and betrayed us in the night? By a nation back home who didn't care, who went on with life as though we didn't exist, who'd written us off, who never noticed our return. By God, who seemed to have deserted us all to suffer through the die, to live alone in our own pain forever. Did I ever tell you what it meant to me, the Vietnam War? Did I ever tell you how we grew together, my new family and I, how we stuck up for each other, laughed together to forget, lived as though it didn't matter how torn up we were becoming inside, how we knew nothing else would ever be the same again, and no one else, nor nothing else, would ever have the intensity of meaning again, how we longed for home, the world, as we called it, and the old ways, but knew they no longer existed and hated to leave one another, although we never really said so. How we walked away from it all as though it never existed, nor mattered, with all resolve to forget. How we never really could forget those who died. How we needed to cry but couldn't. How we never felt home or family in the same way we did there, through the struggle and pain of Vietnam. Did I ever tell you that? Did I ever tell you how hard I tried and with what pride of accomplishment I did what needed to be done? When the dying was too often, the bodies too hurt to repair, the grief beyond words and feelings, when babies cried and when they died, when the smells, the sounds of suffering and the recognition of lost limbs, function, health, and life had to be dealt with in kids younger than we ourselves were, 18, 19, 20, and up to ages beyond the years that we detained, when the meaning of it all only came out hopeless, useful, useless, and worthless, a waste. Did I ever tell you what I felt? Did I ever tell you about the part of me that was buried somewhere within me after coming back from Vietnam all those years ago? Did I ever tell you about being a nurse in a war, my war? Diane Jaeger wrote that in 1987.
Wow.